In June of 1944, the rain-soaked bridge over the Douve River in Normandy controlled everything. Capturing it meant that German armor could cut straight to the beaches of D-Day. 700 German troops were confident in their numbers as they advanced toward this critical objective. On the American side, however, just 40 men awaited them. These men were given orders to ensure that neither the Germans nor the bridge would survive. These weren't ordinary soldiers. Military police knew them by name but dared not speak it in public. Officers cursed them in private. They were the Filthy 13, a notorious group known for their hard-edged, reckless behavior. This band of troublemakers fought fiercely and lived on their own terms. The story of the Filthy 13 began with Jake McNeice, who joined the newly formed 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. Growing up in the Great Depression, McNeice worked from a young age to help support his family. His experiences hunting and fishing built the physical toughness that made him stand out when he returned to school. In high school, McNeice became known as a fearless competitor, joining the football team and working as a fireman. However, it was his defiance of authority and relentless drive to win that set him apart. McNeice was known for never backing down, protecting the underdog, and confronting opponents regardless of their intimidation. A teacher once said he was not afraid of the devil and always did the unconventional thing. Inspired by Germany's Fallschirmjäger, the first paratroopers used in large-scale operations, the concept of airborne troops emerged from a need to fight behind enemy lines. While infantry advanced slowly, paratroopers could be directly dropped into enemy territory. The odds were daunting. For every 1,000 men who wanted to wear the wings, only 10 succeeded. The training demanded strength, resolve, and a disregard for fear, which McNeice thrived on. He sought the thrill of landing amidst chaos, where bullets flew fast, and he could face the enemy on his own terms. For McNeice, the paratroopers' world was perfect, reckless, brutal, and suited for someone always looking for a fight. At Camp Toccoa, Georgia, McNeice joined a group known as the Dirty Five, a troublemaking crew that challenged authority. They missed roll calls, got into bar fights, and disrespected superiors. One incident involved a spat over a stick of butter with a mess officer that nearly got McNeice a dishonorable discharge. Despite his unruly behavior, McNeice's skills in the field were too valuable to discard. A commander once remarked that there would be a time when they would be grateful to have McNeice. He was seen as a leader who led by courage, instinct, and ruthless efficiency, not discipline. As McNeice's reputation spread, his unit grew. The Dirty Five became the infamous Filthy 13, a group of men who thrived on danger and defied authority. In a training camp in England, while most troops prepared for the D-Day invasion, the Filthy 13, officially the 1st Demolition Section of the 506th Regiment, 101st Airborne Division, prepared for a special mission. Before the invasion, McNeice staged a reckless stunt during a demolition drill that nearly got him discharged. He rigged a tree to explode when a soldier passed by, causing panic and confusion. The unit was detained, but McNeice's actions were forgiven when no one reported him. Their behavior was tolerated because they were essential to the mission's success. Jack Hawkeye Wimmer, a former Provisional Ranger Battalion commando, joined the Filthy 13 after McNeice saw his record. Wimmer instantly agreed, finding the reckless, fearless unit exactly where he wanted to be. As the invasion neared, McNeice's crew evolved. He adopted face paint and a mohawk, claiming it as part of his Native American heritage. His father noted that McNeice was trying to build upon the idea that appearing as crazy paratroopers made them look even crazier. By the time they took off for Normandy, their painted faces and warrior-like appearance were well known. The Filthy 13 thrived on decentralized command, taking risks, adapting quickly, and using their initiative. On June 5, 1944, the Filthy 13 waited inside their C-47 Skytrain for the signal. Their mission was to demolish bridges below the Douve Canal, then capture and hold the main bridge. McNeice handpicked his team, knowing that at least half wouldn't make it. At 11 p.m., their aircraft joined nearly 1,000 others lifting off from England. German flak batteries soon found them, and explosions rocked their aircraft. In the chaos, Lieutenant Charles Mellon, the official unit leader, was hit. James F. Piccadilly Willie Green's parachute was shredded by enemy fire, snarling the exit. McNeice shoved Green aside and jumped. A moment later, the C-47 exploded. McNeice landed 8 miles from the intended drop zone, alone in enemy territory. McNeice linked up with a few men and 12 other paratroopers scattered from their units. They landed in the middle of enemy patrol routes. By dawn, the toll of the disastrous drop became clearer, and they were still miles from their objective. The casualties were a blow. Roland Frenchy Baribeau was mortally wounded. Robert Cohn, the unit's medic, was hit and taken prisoner. McNeice believed his friend Willie Green was gone. The army thought so too. McNeice walked out of Normandy with only 2 original Filthy 13 by his side, Jack Agnew and Jack Wimmer. The Filthy 13 swiftly moved through the darkness, demolishing smaller crossings over the Douve Canal, cutting off German reinforcements. The main bridge, crucial to blocking or enabling German counterattacks, stood intact. McNeice and his men dug in on one side, waiting for the Germans to respond. For 3 relentless days, they held their ground against rifle fire, machine guns, mortars, and artillery shells. By the 3rd day, their situation seemed hopeless. Then came the final blow, not from the Germans, but from their own side. U.S. Command assumed McNeice's unit was obliterated. To prevent the bridge from falling into enemy hands, they called in the Air Force. Bombs turned the bridge into rubble. McNeice and his men emerged stunned, bruised, but alive. 2 more days passed. German forces, having failed to break through at the beaches, were on the run. The Filthy 13, reinforced by scattered American paratroopers, had grown to 40. Outnumbered nearly 20-1, they faced a German battalion. The German commander offered surrender, but McNeice scoffed, sending his own message. If the Germans wanted to live, they could surrender to him. The German officer ordered an assault, believing they faced a desperate, low-ammo force. The Filthy 13 unleashed a fierce counterattack, wiping out an entire battalion. The battle was over. The Filthy 13 proved themselves as demolition experts, skilled tacticians, and fearless fighters. Their reputation grew as their numbers swelled with reinforcements. If you enjoyed this content, visit our channel for more stories like this. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Also, let us know in the comments where you are watching from.